Hello, I'm Nancy Eckersley. I live at Flamborough on the East Yorkshire coast, and I've been a Christian Aid supporter for about 40 years.
I'm a bit older than my wife, I'm John, so I've been a supporter nearly for 50 years. We really enjoy walking, so we thought, well, if we can do something we enjoy and at the same time give help to Christian Aid, it would fulfil two big ambitions. And so we decided to plan our own walk. We went ahead and we produced Abbey's Amble, which linked 3 Yorkshire abbeys with 3 Yorkshire castles.
It was a long distance walk, but it was done as a series of circulars. So you could just go and do part of it and then do another part of it and keep going until you've done the whole walk, because I think it's something like 170 miles altogether.
104.
I stand corrected, 104 miles altogether, but you can do all these circles.
We'd had enormous fun doing this walk.
And so we just carried on and kept going with the same formula of a long distance path, but also doing it as a series of circulars.
There are some wonderful names in East Yorkshire, places like Thorngumbold and Ugle Barnby.
That's not East Yorkshire.
But that was in North Yorkshire, and so we decided to restrict ourselves, not just for all of Yorkshire, but just for East Yorkshire. And so we devised alphabeting in East Yorkshire, 26 circular walks, each to a place beginning with the initial letter of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, and so on. And we managed to get places for Q, U, X, Y, and Z. The final book we've written is Walking St Hilda's Way. It's much more of a pilgrimage.
And that goes to all the St Hilda churches in the Whitby Deanery. And there are things to do in the churches as you visit them, as well as doing the pilgrimage.
Jesus gives life in all its fullness, and that includes doing wacky things, doing something different, doing something that's good fun. But at the same time, we've got to keep intention. Why are we doing these good fun things? We're doing it to save people's lives. And if we don't do it, who will?
For Christian Aid and for the books, which I've been for Christian Aid,
We really said sponsored walk, Christian Aid.
All right, I'll start again. For the sponsored walks for Christian Aid and Recce in the books, which have been sold for Christian Aid, we reckon we've done in the region of 4,400 miles.
We're very fortunate. In fact, we don't get blisters.
No.
When I was a teenager, I did used to get blisters, and I can only assume that my boots were too tight because my feet are wide.
I soak my feet and put mist on them and put hand cream on them and massage them, and no problem.
Have you any idea roughly how much you think you've made for Christian Aid?
Yes, the books and the walks have made just over 100,000. If you add in match funding that we had from the European Union, there's about another 80,000.
And has it been fun?
Wonderful.
We're still married.